Hello everybody, welcome to Airgun Ace. Today I am joined once again by my friend and colleague Brad, who you'll normally find at the YouTube channel Backfire.
Yep.
Today we're taking a look at Daisy's product, the Winchester M14 manufactured by Daisy.
Yeah, it is cheap. Like, it is very cheaply made. It might look cool from a distance. Kind of looks like your M14, obviously, but it is just cheap. So, it's fun to shoot, but it's definitely, there's not a lot of quality put into this one.
Right. From a distance, it does look pretty cool, and I will admit, it is fun to shoot when you're not aiming at anything in particular. You're just out there trying to put some pellets somewhere.
Yeah, it's cheap. Different designs. So, like, one of the things here is you got your fake action. This does absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. It's there just for looks.
Yeah.
And as far as your sights go, so obviously they're not fiber optic. They're just plastic. You do have a rear adjustable sight. We'll give it that.
Which is nice.
That's nice. Your front sight is so big that when you acquire your target, if it's smaller than 6 or 8 inches, I guess if your target disappears, you may hit it somewhere. Like, the sights are so big that you don't know what you're really aiming at. You don't see a lot on your target.
Yeah, and this gun is obviously intended for children, but it's not sized properly for that. A child might feel a little awkward holding this. Granted, it is very light, so a child wouldn't have a problem carrying it anywhere. But as far as handling it and aiming it, it could use some improvement there.
And as far as the trigger is really, really stiff. So somebody pretty small may struggle with pulling that trigger because it is a very stiff trigger. And
it's long too.
Very long. There's a lot of pull and creep and whatever you want to say in there. I mean, you can probably speak a whole sentence before you actually go from start to finish and actually get your trigger off. So it's pretty tough. And then as far as design wise, so right off the bat, I was thinking that I was going to kick the magazine out. And I pushed that button underneath, and it drops your CO2 cartridges.
Yeah, it's got 2 buttons right here on the back and another up near the front. The one up near the front actually drops what holds your magazine itself. The 2 at the back drop down your CO2 cartridges, and you press this button at the front and it pops down, which surprised both of us when we went to go first shoot this gun. And then once it's popped down, you got to press this second button. And I do like the fact that it's got a separate cartridge to hold 2 different cartridges, but the way you get these into the gun is, again, it's kind of cheap. The key that you use to puncture and fasten the cartridges into this piece is made out of plastic. These are prone to breaking. These keys are prone to breaking, which means once your cartridge is out, you can't use it again.
Right. And the thing is you're going to spend $70-$75 on this. I would take the time to maybe save up a couple more weeks if you have to, or a couple more months, and just buy something that's a little more expensive, because you'll be more happy. It'll last longer. I mean, the magazine on this is super cheap. You can fill both ends of this magazine, but there's 3 inches in there
of unused
space. And you have to make sure you fill it the right way, and then because it only will slide in one way. So you got to make sure that is done correctly.
And when I was accuracy testing this thing, I was shooting prone, and loading the magazine into the gun while prone using tools that keep the gun in place, it was awkward
Yeah.
to handle.
Yep. I mean, one benefit to it is you do have sling studs on here, so you can put a sling on it, which a lot of the others don't have. So there's a couple cool little things, but again, just as far as quality, shootability, comfortability, not an overall great gun. But you can't expect much more when you're only paying $70 or $75 for this.
Yeah, I have to agree, Brad. But to your point earlier, if you are in the market for a good quality air gun that can be used by your child, it's worth it to spend a little more time to save up or research an air gun that will last longer, is easier to use, has a better capability to aim. Like there's no rail on this, which you know, of course it's designed to mimic the M14, but if you're intending to actually try to hit your target, it's useful to have something that could be handled a bit better, like a scope.
Yeah, and it's hard to get accuracy out of this because, again, you're unable to really acquire your target because your sights just make your target disappear. So you're going to hit somewhere if it's sighted in within that 6-8 inches, but you just don't know where. And again, the ease of it is pretty simple, you know, for a younger child or kid to go shoot because it does have the CO2 cartridges. They don't have to caulk anything.
Yeah.
The ease of use is there.
Yeah, this is easy to use.
But
But we feel like you could find something
a little better.
Yeah, just a little better.
I feel even like the $30 Baby Daisy BB gun
would be more satisfying.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm afraid that if you bump this around at all with any part of this gun being all plastic, you can break it. It's not going to work. Same with your magazine, trigger, whatever. If you drop this, probably going to break. So I would just recommend maybe spending $20 to $40, $50 more and getting something that I feel is going to be better of quality.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming to Airgun Ace. Have a great day.